Right now we have underway massive NATO drills that are called Trident Juncture 2018. This is primarily being focused in Norway, but we've seen throughout the past few years they have mounted up heavily in this region, sending all types of military equipment and doing these massive runs, going from one country into the other with these huge trains full of equipment, kind of flexing their muscles right there on the doorstep of Russia. Now, they're saying this Trident Juncture 2018, is the largest exercise hosted by Norway since the 1980s, and the largest that NATO has held in decades. Some 50,000 troops from 31 countries, about 10,000 vehicles, 65 ships, some 250 aircraft, all taking part in these massive drills that's going to go on until November 7th. They're going to be honing their skills on land, sea, and air. And they have some people on the ground here asking the question, is this making us more of a target? Because they're saying that this is supposed to make us feel safe. But apparently individuals, they're not all feeling that way. They feel that this is making them a target in Russia's eyes. Now, Russia just had the massive Vostok drill in the eastern part of its country. In the eastern part, not in the western, not focusing like it's trying to put up a defensive posture against something like this. NATO claims that drill is part of them ramping things up. Now, if you look at Russia's spending, on the other hand, the past few years, they have eased up on their military spending, per what we can all see out here on the world stage. We all know these militaries have black budgets and everything else, but per what is reported and out here in the open, it's definitely not in overdrive by no means. And I really feel like they're just itching for any excuse they can to make a move on Russia. I also feel that one of the biggest moves that they're going to make here is targeting Crimea. I feel like they just don't want to let that go. Russia is claiming that as their own. There's ancient stuff there, as well as one of their bases. And ever since they went in and toppled the elected government in the Ukraine, NATO and the West, they went in and took all the gold. They sent Monsanto in, all these other people in, and basically took over the place their way, and they've set up shop. So if they want to launch anything on Crimea, they can do so right there out of the parts of Ukraine in which they already have under their control. You head further north, this is when you start to run into Norway, Poland, all these other countries that are a part of what NATO's got going on. The one thing Russia has for them, though, is they have this small little itty-bitty place called Kaliningrad that is not part of mainland Russia, where they can launch from land, sea, and air themselves, but they're surrounded by enemies, so to speak, out in this little area where it sits. A very unique little spot that Russia snatched up and possesses. Those two places, Crimea and that spot right there, are top of my list of places that would be targeted if they were going to make a move on Russia. But I'm going to leave a link below. I wanted to update this massive drill going on out there. I'll leave a link below. Make sure to follow us on Twitter and to join us Friday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, Dabu 77 for Underground World News Live. Hope to see you guys there.